Hey everyone, welcome back to another software developer profile review. My name's David Roberts. I've been a developer for 23 years and I've also run international recruitment teams. I want to show you how recruiters look at your profile and why they might skip your profile and move on to the next one, why you might be getting rejected. So before I continue, if you would like a profile review, there's a link down in the description below this video. But also I have other courses and books available on my website, which is here. There's the full course. This is a full 4-week course where I walk you through everything from LinkedIn profiles, GitHub profiles, resumes, networking, job search. You're fully supported. You'll have access to me every day. We have regular Q&A sessions, office hours as I call them, which you can join. You'll have access to me on one-to-one whenever you need me. And I'll walk you through the whole thing until we get your profile ready and help you to start standing out in tech. For those looking for cheaper options, I also have a book and a video course. For those wanting to do self-study, it's just you won't have access to me, that's the only difference. And if you need free advice, I also run a careers Q&A session every Friday at 3 p.m. UK time, which is 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you're more than welcome to come along, click that link to the calendar and come and join that meeting where it's an open, chilled Q&A session and we talk about all things tech. Now, let's get on with the profile review. Today we're looking at Ricardo. Ricardo is a full stack Node and Angular developer, but he's also open to just back-end work with Node. So let's begin as always with LinkedIn. I think by now we're starting to realise we could do more with this banner image. You could be hitting me in the face with Node, Angular, TypeScript, whatever it is, just confirming these are the things that you do. But you do quite a good job of it here in the headline: software engineer, JavaScript, TypeScript, Node, Nest, Angular. Great. I'm happy. Let's move swiftly on. Guessing these are going to be projects. I'm going to come back and have a look at those. I love that you've featured them because now it's enticing me to click them, so that's great. Activity, we'll open that up, but we'll come back to it shortly. The About section. Now I quite like this because it says, hey guys, I'm Brazilian. I'm getting a feel for your personality already. However, I would say, generally we want to hit them with the tech first, but you do quite well with it in the next line. IT professional, over 10 years working as a developer, awesome. JavaScript, TypeScript, Node, Nest, Angular. Does exactly what it says on the tin. Open that up and you go deeper and show me more about what you've been doing. This is just fabulous. Solid knowledge of APIs and front-end, back-end, systems architecture, Nest, SQL, MySQL, Postgres, Node, Angular, React, TypeScript. You can see I'm skimming through it. Agile doesn't go too deep on too many things, but it's just perfectly. And then this bit, which is normally the bit that everyone leads with, is at the end, and it's always a nice to have. I'm not saying don't have it, but it's placed at the end. It's great. So then down to the experience. Again, now I'm looking at, okay, we need to back up the claims you've made. You can do this, this, and this. Let's see. So the first role, software engineer. And software engineer doing what? You don't list. You could list that there, but you've separated it out into skills. So either way is great. So I'm going, okay, I can see Node and Angular and TypeScript here. Great. So as I always say for a recruiter, what I do is I go, okay, if I'm looking for Angular, I'm going Angular. There's TypeScript, React, Angular. You can see the confidence building. If I was looking for full stack, I'm going Node and Angular. It's just everywhere I'm seeing Node and Angular. It's undeniable. So I don't really need to see that much more. What would be nice here, and I think it's a shame because on your current, the last 3 roles, you haven't told me what you've been building. Now, I don't know if you're part of a big team, a small team. Have you been an instrumental part of that team? What have you been building? Has it been something really easy, just doing static websites? Or are you doing something really involved? So I would always be saying for every role, you need to hit them with 3 bullet points. What did you build? What did you learn? What was the business benefit? there's an optional fourth, what are the challenges, the things that have caused you problems, and the things you've had to overcome during your time there. So I'd definitely be unpacking that a lot more. But I don't even really need to click on show all the experiences, because you've done enough. But there's just so much experience here that if I've gone back this far, and I'm happy that you're embedded in the technologies that you've claimed you can do, the rest is nitpicking. As a recruiter, for someone who's not technical, passing you over to a client or passing you over to the next technical layer, and they're going to say, well, why are you putting this person forward? You're going to have more than enough evidence to say, look at this profile. You can see you've asked for Node and Angular and TypeScript, and you can see it everywhere. So that's absolutely fabulous. Let's go and have a look at the activity, because this is just now about sealing the deal. First, I don't know what that says, but doesn't really help me at this stage. It's difficult because I have to translate everything. I'm not sure that helps me. We are hiring. Doesn't help. So the activity's not doing you that much of a favour. Again, we're back to, because you've got so much experience, it's almost easy to become lazy and just rely on that experience. So let's open up these two and see what they are. Okay. So these look like the projects you've been working on, I'm guessing. But what did you do there? What is the thing that I'm looking at? Did you do the whole of this project? Are you a small part of this project? Which bit of it was a challenge? Why is this important? What technologies were involved? All of that sort of stuff. I think there's a lot more you could do here to unpack your value. So do we have anywhere else we can get to? We have a GitHub. Awesome. So as I always say, you never know how I'm going to find you. So here, software engineer, you should be telling me, you should be mirroring your LinkedIn headline here, telling me that it's Node, Angular, TypeScript, etc. But if I arrived here and it said those things, I'd be like, okay, can I see Node? No. Now, someone else might go, well, that JavaScript thing could be, a TypeScript here. But as a recruiter, remember, most recruiters are not technical. They're not going to dig in and actually have a look, in your package JSON and try and find out what's going on. They're not going to dig into the README. They're terrified at this stage. They just want to move on. So this does nothing to tell me what tech is being used other than mostly Java. So that could be a red flag. As far as recruiters usually go, we'll click on the repositories tab here, and then I can see it's mostly JavaScript and TypeScript, which is great, but you're not doing anything to tell me, okay, we've got Nest.js. There's some tests, but we could be doing more to tell them about what tests and things like that. The Java stuff here is all old, so that's not helping you on your overview page. I would be making sure we've got pinned repositories here rather than just your popular ones, so that we get rid of the Java ones and highlight the ones we want to show. And then for those, where you've got, this is the description, this is the bit that most people don't fill in, I would be flooding that description then with all the tech that's used within that project. No, most people don't really care about what the project does, although you can put that afterwards, but I would make sure the first couple of lines are tech heavy in terms of, there's not just Node here, but there's testing libraries, there's what framework are you using, all those sorts of things. That makes the recruiter feel more confident, because they use this section just like you would on the LinkedIn experience. When did you start using that technology? Are you currently using that technology, and how frequently can I see it? So the more, certainly for a junior developer as well, where they don't have the experience to rely on, the more information you can put in this list, it shows the more instances you've got in your history of using those technologies, so it can make people feel very confident. Overall, I think your profile's really good. I would probably be saying yes at this stage, but it depends on how you're applying for jobs. if you were applying for jobs and it was a very competitive thing where, you know, lots of developers with a similar amount of experience, there may well be people who are making more of the evidence and pushing themselves over the line. So you might get bumped down the order of the interviews. So I would say you've done all the hard work. Now we just need to drive it home and give them more ways to see what you're doing and how proactive you are and how much you live and breathe this. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Let me know if you've got any questions. I hope this has been informative. If you would like a profile review, as I've said to everybody else, there is a link down in the description. I look forward to looking at your profile. I'll be generous in your review, I promise. See you in the next one. Take it easy.